welcome back to my channel. My name is Pilumi. If it's the first time coming across my channel, you're welcome. If you're back, if you are a faithful viewer and subscriber, you're welcome. Subscribe to my channel. Do subscribe, okay? It just helps the channel grow, you know, brings more people into the family. So please do subscribe to the channel, like the video, share, all those things, you know, helps improve or increase the engagement of the video, and you know, YouTube just pushes it out more to other people. But anyways, let's get right into today's video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I made this sweetheart neckline puffy sleeve top or blouse. This is it. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it inspires you. I hope you learn something from it. And please just let me know what you would like to see on my channel. On this channel, I make sewing and crafts related videos. You know, just let me know what you want to see on the channel, and I'll make sure I do it. Okay, so enjoy the video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys. Things we need for this project are the fabric, which is about 2 meters. It's the leftover fabric from the tiered maxi skirt I made. I have black lining, black thread, pins, and chalk. I have paper scissors and fabric scissors, measuring tape. I have my zipper, which is about 55 centimeters long. My rulers, pencil, eraser, things for pattern making generally, and also my pattern, which I have a tutorial of on my channel, so do check the link below to learn how to make your pattern. So this is my back and front pattern I'm going to cut out at the same time. Okay, so I have my paper folded, so the back pattern is at the back and the front is on top. I'm going to deal with the front first. So I want a sweetheart neckline with like a small strap, and then the sleeve will be attached. So I'm gonna make the sleeve pattern separately. I'm also gonna mark my underbust line because I want it to be a bit fitted. So I'm basically cutting all this out, and I'm just gonna add 1 inch back to the side. 1 inch. Okay, now so for the sweetheart neckline, this is my chest line. I'm gonna come down by 2 inches. That's where my sweetheart neckline is gonna start. 2 inches, right? And then I want my strap to be about 1 inch wide, or 1.5. So 1.5 plus seam allowance, 2 inches. Okay, so that's 2 inches. I'm gonna draw that line down to meet the dot apex here. Okay, and then for the sweetheart, I'm just gonna draw like a curve to meet it over here, you know. I think this is sweetheart enough. Let's zoom in to see. Yeah. You can just use your hands to, you know, trace it out and see how deep you want sweetheart neckline to be. For me, I think this is fine. I'm going to remove, to make it tight, I'm going to remove 1 inch, no, half an inch, sorry, and then draw that to meet this point. So literally, I'm going to show you how to cut this. Gonna curve out the points, just curve it out. So you're cutting out this whole panel on the left side, and you're cutting out the sweetheart neckline starting from here all the way here. Okay, so before I do that, I'm going to cut out my back pattern first. So good. Now I want my back to be like a deep scoop back. So what I'm going to do is take my curved ruler and just make that scoop. Just a curve. To avoid the zip bulge at the back, I'm going to bring this in by 1 inch. Bring this by 1 inch. I hope this this isn't making any sense. And then just curve it. This is to reduce the back zip bulge. And I think before I cut, I'm just gonna go and add the seam allowance around the curve.
What we do here is go back.
So I have pinned the front and back patterns to the fabric, and I've also added about 4.5 inch extension to the hemline, and I just curved it out a little bit. I did the same for the back. I just curved it out from about 3 inches down to 4.5. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut it out exactly, and then do the same, cut this exactly the same on the lining as well. And then I have this much fabric left for my sleeve. Now I have to just figure out what kind of sleeve I can make with this much fabric. Okay, so like I said, I want to do a short puffy sleeve. I think that would be fine, maybe with a band instead of an elastic band, but with an actual band. Anyways, so to cut out your sleeve, you need to first measure your cap height, that is your bust measurement or bust circumference divided by 6 plus 2 inches. And I wanted to have like a little bit of an extension, so I'm gonna add 2 inches to that. That's 38, that's 8 inches, so I'm making 8 inches at the top. So I'm gonna then draw the curve. So my let's see, I'm just gonna draw a curve freehand because it's gonna be puffy anyways, so I need enough like room. So I'm just gonna draw this freehand. Guys, pardon my tutorial today. I don't even understand what pattern I'm doing. Basically, I'm gonna gather this top. So I have 2 straps of fabric here. I'm gonna use as the band for my sleeve. It's 5 inches tall, and then my bicep circumference is 12 plus 1 inch. You know what? This tutorial is like, I don't even know it. It's just everywhere. I don't think I explained the pattern properly. I was just cutting from intuition. So you know, I'm just gonna make this like a vlog. Just watch me sew how I make my sweetheart neckline top. So I've already cut out the lining as well, but I made the lining 1 inch shorter than the main fabric, so when it folds over, you know, the main fabric still shows under about ½ an inch. Okay, so I'm gonna sew ½ an inch, and then the main fabric will flip to the other side and show like ½ an inch. So that's what I did for all the pieces. The lining piece is shorter than the main fabric by 1 inch, and then I already cut out my sleeve. I just I just drew the sleeve like with freehand. I didn't make any measurement per se apart from the height. So it's going to be gathered at the top and attached to the sleeve, and yeah, and then I also made a band. So when I gather the sleeve, this would be the hem of the sleeve, you know, just around my cuff. This is going to be the cuff. Okay, so let me start sewing. So before I start sewing, the first thing I'm going to do is to mark my back darts. I want to mark the waist notch right here and right here. This is the waist. Okay, so I know where the waist meets. Okay, so now I'm just going to connect all the points together. I'm gonna sew my darts. Just fold it over and pin to hold it. When I pin, I try to make sure that the points are matching. I pin all my darts. That's only the back darts anyways, and I'm just gonna sew along the lines. Okay, now I'm gonna iron my darts. Just gonna iron towards the side seam. Also flip it. Okay, I'm also gonna mark notches on the front pattern, the waist. Okay, so for the front pattern, I'm just going to connect the pieces together. Right sides facing. Let's just separate this. Okay, so this is my right side. Gonna place it right sides together, and I'm just gonna match up the notches that I made, the waist. To pin the other one as well, right sides together. Match the notches up. Where's the notch? Where's the notch? Cannot find the notch. All right, here is the notch. I'm just gonna sew with a straight stitch at 1/4 inch seam allowance. Yeah. Okay, so I've joined the front pieces together for the lining and the main fabric. So what I'm gonna do is make notches and press the seams open. That's my scissors. Why am I always looking for things? So yeah, just to make the notches, because these are curved seams. So for you to press flat, you need to make notches. Next thing is to join the shoulders together. So place the front and the back piece together, right sides facing as usual, and pin the shoulders. Pin the shoulders into the lining as well. Just gonna pin the shoulders of the lining fabric, and we're gonna sew at the shoulders with a straight stitch at 1/2 inch seam allowance. Okay, so let's move this. After joining the shoulders and pressing the seams open, it's time to join the lining and the main fabric together. Okay, I'm gonna continue pinning. Ooh, it's a long one. And then just sew around the neckline with 1/2 inch seam allowance. I'm done joining the lining and the fabric. So in our usual fashion, we're gonna make notches here by the neckline just before the sweetheart neckline starts. Just open up that part. We're also gonna make a knot in the middle, right here. Okay, and also at the back around the curve, and then we're gonna press that open and do top stitching, and top stitch all around the neckline. Okay, so I'm done with the neckline. I love how it is. I wanted to just try something new, and I love how it is. So it's time to sew up the sides and add the sleeves. Okay, we're almost done. So for the sleeve, I'm just going to gather only the sleeve head. I'm not going to gather the armhole, just the sleeve head. It's gonna sew a basting stitch all around the head and then gather it. And then I'm also gonna sew a basting stitch at the bottom to gather it up so it fits into my cuff here, right here. Okay, so I was being very lazy. I don't want to finish my sleeve in a proper way, like so I just zigzagged the top of the sleeve, that's the sleeve head, and I also zigzagged the sides. So what I did was, I'm just gonna gather the bottom and gather the sleeve head as well. So just pull on one thread, just gather it. So after gathering this part, I'm going to place the cuffs, open it up, and pin it right sides together like so, and just sew with a straight stitch. Okay, so I have sewn part of the cuff onto the sleeve. So what I'm going to do now is turn the sleeves right sides together, make sure I match the seams together. Got my pins. Today is the day of looking for things. Okay, so pin along the side seams, and I'm just going to sew with a straight stitch. Okay, and the side seams, gonna fold over, well, open the seam. I'm too lazy to go and press right now, so I'm just gonna open the seam up, and I already have like a fold here that I ironed on to make sure that I find the middle. So just to turn the sleeve over, the cuff over, and I'm gonna fold it in to cover the seam we just made, and I'll pin. You can do this all around. Make sure it's straight, and just fold it to cover the seam we just made. Okay, if possible, just to cover the stitch. Just pin it this way. So once you're done pinning everywhere, I'm going to show you where to sew to make sure that it's secure. Okay, so what you're going to do now is to take this to your sewing machine and sew in the ditch on the right side. You sew in the ditch and so that the seam will show on this side. Okay, so once you sew in the ditch on the right side, on the wrong side the seam shows up like so. Okay, right, so I don't know, ignore the noise in the background. So I'm going to gather the sleeve head now. Same process, pull on one thread, and I'm just going to gather this to the circumference of my armhole. Okay, so I also finished the armhole with a zigzag stitch, and what I'm going to do right now is turn this to the right side, turn my sleeves to the right side, and then I'm gonna match up the armhole, sorry, yeah, the underarm, match up the underarm seam, open this up, pin it down, tuck the sleeve inside, oops, and then I'm just gonna pin the sleeve to the armhole all around. And then when I'm done pinning, I'm just going to take it to the sewing machine and sew at half an inch seam allowance. Okay, so I'm done attaching both of my sleeves. It's time to close up the hem. I think that's easy to do. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn this and place it right sides together. Just tuck with the sleeve, tuck everything in, and pin the lining and the fabric right sides together, matching all the seams for the front darts, the back darts, everything. I just realized something, that I should probably attach my zip first before closing up the hem. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna attach my zip, and I probably should have done a zigzag stitch to prevent this lining from fraying. It's just coming off and reducing my seam allowance. Anyways, I'm gonna attach the zip now. I should do a proper video on how to attach an invisible zipper. I don't like an invisible zipper, to be honest, but I won't deny that it looks good. It just makes everything look really nice at the back. So I'm going to just attach my zip, and then I'm gonna hem the way I said I was gonna hem previously, and I'll be done. So when I hem, I'm just gonna leave a little gap at the hem line so that I will be able to turn the fabric inside out, outside in. What am I saying? I'm able to turn it out to the right side. So I'm not gonna sew all the way through. I'll just leave a little gap at the back probably, and then turn that and then close it up, and the top will be done. Whew. Yeah. So I'm done hemming and then turning it over. So this gap that I left here, I'm going to I don't want to hand sew. Okay, let me press it first, and then I'll see what I will do to finish that opening. Maybe I'm just going to use the hemming gum to do it. Oh, here is my hemming gum. It's called a hemming gum, and I'm just going to use it to close up the back opening. Okay, so it's this long. So I'm just going to put this inside and then use the iron to press it, and it's just going to activate the glue, and it's going to close up the opening. Okay, so just fold it in that way. And then just press it with a steam. And yeah, it's closed. And with that, I'm done. I'm gonna put it on and show you guys how it looks like. I'm really excited for this. Oh my goodness, it's been a long day and I'm done. So what I did was I added what I call this for, like straps, I don't know. So the back was really wide and the shoulders were falling off, so I decided to just add this to hold it together, right? But apart from that, I really like the top. I like the puff sleeve, although I don't know why it's not staying in one place. Some are deflated, the other one is like puffy. I don't know, but yeah, this is what it looks like. I love the sweetheart neckline, and I love the length, you know, gives it a bit of shape. Okay, so this is it. I really hope you found some part of the tutorial helpful, because I feel like I was just everywhere doing random things and not really showing everything I was doing properly. So I do hope that you will find one thing to learn from this video, and if you do, tell me what that is in the comment section below. And also just ask me any questions if you want me to clarify any step that I took. Yeah, so like the video, share the video, subscribe to my channel. Please do subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.